Danganronpa.
Intense music. Ready for it? A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be... Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered by sparkling pink lights. Not exactly. Coin clip is really hard on Xbox and I lost the ability to do it. Ah, no, Cyclone, I'm sorry. That treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monomi was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it gonna be okay? It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? Nice layout, by the way. Oh! Sorry, it's because I went back to my, 16 by 9 resolution. Or 21 by 9 from 16 by 9. We good. If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monomi in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Usami General Purpose Notebook. What is this? Why is a notebook inside this treasure chest like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure chest and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings, as if they were drawn by children, and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time. Monokuma showed up and then everything went bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. Is this a diary? Looks like it. Did Monomi write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, Day 4, Day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16. We've been at the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing.
Stop it!
Hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook! Whoa! From out of nowhere, Monomi suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I won't forgive you.
I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Geez, that was close. If I had come in later, you would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late.
Huh?
But if this notebook is here, then Nagito is the thief?
No!
Betrayal. I was betrayed by my beloved student.
Hey.
Hey, that notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way.
Ta-da!
That's right. This is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written.
Hey!
Hey! You're a liar!
Who,
You always show up out of nowhere.
Why you?
Monomi, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook.
Yeah!
After all, Monomi can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Jeez, I can write letters easily. I don't know if we should trust her. I can finally write the letter B.
That's wrong.
No, you can't. Because you have no fingers on your hands. B. Cyclops.
Phew.
See? Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way, too.
What?
Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey.
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote it? Well, you know, how should I put it?
Bye-bye.
Excuse me? Hold on! Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to get answers from her. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. A lot of books and mysterious items. The genres and types of items are all so random. I can't seem to make any sense of them whatsoever.
Well?
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito looking at this. So what should we do? It would be really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it, though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff there. Well, that might be true, but...
See?
So, I'll leave this shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. I sighed and walked towards the shelf. One by one, I started removing various books and items and examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, they were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Huh? Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal. Indeed, it's a school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. Does that have information about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said that I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies, too. I opened the file that I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really had only my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me. Just as I thought. Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonya. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. So thick, Cycloplus. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. Can't believe he'd made up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie, too. I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information, such as my date of birth, my height, my weight, and so forth. But there was one thing especially that caught my eye. The words reserve course student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I was truly a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why? Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the reserve department? I like my women how I like my books. Not thick. Cyclone Bliss. Why? Why am I here with all these other ultimates?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Is that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are here, too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right. My profile is really in here. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Or is it? Dun dun dun. Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
What are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami. Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
No way!
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based off of that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about this killing school life,
Too bad!
it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason?
You're getting all riled up!
How should I put this? You guys have been worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me that. You know I'd answer it just by looking through those You'd know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter. That is Byakuya's true identity. True identity. He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. What? What? Byakuya's alive? Fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. They're just calling it a him because he was just last known as Byakuya, I guess.
Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Though I'm not jealous of that at all.
That person wasn't really Byakuya Togame.
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life?
So cool!
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that.
Then he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
But he couldn't help it.
Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
Because that was his talent.
Huh? He didn't really have a self to be. Sad.
Well, having talent also means you're bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way to life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent. Regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a little more liberating.
What the hell?
Anyway...
I'm not happy you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
That's right!
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth.
Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been living hell.
Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No!
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you would have never been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time.
Shing!
But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have already known about the Ultimate Imposter already.
So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Phew!
Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Minomi or the traitor.
Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's in the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course!
Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So, it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey,
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy.
You mean you made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in there?
Correct!
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably.
Hope's Peak Academy file. Oh boy. Oh, gotta get my stand. Apparently I didn't stand earlier. Weird. Curious. How bad is it? Oh, it's a ton easier for me to stand when I have this on the top. Well, that's way too tall though. There we go. Make the microphone. Move it a little bit. Make some noise. That's what everybody loves, right?
It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't even a clue.
Are you sure about this?
Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know.
Time's up. Wait. Casual for the Alliance, humble brag as always. I mean... There you go, friend.
Loktar Ogar, friend.
Bye-bye!
Excuse me for a moment.
Well, well. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right?
You know, he isn't wrong.
That's why we gotta cherish time. So, time's up.
Well then.
We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock.
Wait, the last class trial. So nobody else will die after this, right?
I'll see you soon.
Please be true. The last class trial. He said that, right? He said last class trial.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial.
What do you think? Should we believe him?
Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right?
2
more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right?
Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still.
But I can't imagine that's the real end.
Huh?
I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that.
His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning on making us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all off at once?
Well?
But still, it's not a good idea to think about it too much, I think.
The bomb will blow up and kill everyone, and blow up the entire island.
I think we should focus on the first class trial that's waiting for us first.
You're right. A class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on the file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
But still.
Well, you don't have to worry so much.
Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know?
You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Man, there's such good music. I think... Is this the first time they've had actual animation for characters? Don't tread on me, Snake. Little innocent Snake Emmy. Did I go the wrong way? I went the wrong way.
Don't tattle on me.
See, I had that Don't Tattle on Me song stuck in my head now, though. That's the one nice thing about, at least in my opinion, all the intro songs that I play. Like, I absolutely love them all. Man. Can't believe this is about to be the last trial. It means nobody else will die, right? Everybody's gonna be living for the rest of the game, right? Please? Please?
Don't kill my Chiaki.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is it? This it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed.
Stupid fool. You're making me depressed.
I can't believe it's just the two of us for last trial.
So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
Where are you at? Oh, I don't know where Stearns has been. He's probably at work right now. That's the biggest problem. Quentin is usually super duper busy. I think he's actually moving right now. Kylaris I knew had to be late. Sol I think is actually... I can actually tell you where he is right now. I think he's playing Heroes of the Storm. Busy being generates. What? Do you mean busy being degenerates? Sol is currently not doing anything.
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, right? Didn't he? He said this was the last class trial.
Busy being generates, the opposite of degenerates. Got it. Lol.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way it can bleed that so easily.
Of course not.
Oh, why can't you believe it? The guys who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial.
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to pull all the stops.
What the fuck? Why are you here?
You haven't realized yet? The feeling of wanting to leave this island. Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us.
Come on, we all know it because we haven't seen all the characters from the first episode. Let's be real. What would Danganronpa 2 be without seeing everybody from Danganronpa 1?
I'll beat you up!
Damn right. Stupid rabbits, just shut up.
Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair.
Huh?
I have finally realized, after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility might be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's that deal?
I do not really know, but she seems quite different than before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes. She looked so determined.
You.
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes?
Ah.
Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial.
Aw, fine.
But still.
Somehow, I understand what Minomi is saying. I think...
Anyway, let's get going. To the last class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end.
Ching. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over and over again in my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock. I was expecting much more to be said there. Shaking vigorous.
Yeah.
This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right?
I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that.
Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials.
Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. Even if he is gone, the ones who have survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us, is that the light of hope or the light of despair? Oh my.
Well now.
Now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there's only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough. Just fucking start this already.
Hey!
This is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
It sure is. So, you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right!
Didn't I tell you? He said this is it. This is the end.
Now then.
Let's get this class trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other.
Sorry, that was pretty loud on my mic. My bad. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komeita, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope would never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up, but there were also times where he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely had to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reveal the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. Hyoko tears, I'm sorry. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, this last one, has begun. Alright, we're gonna turn on as many abilities as I can, which I think is actually all of them. Oh my gosh, I have so many abilities.
Now then, let's during the if you vote, I'll punish everyone beside. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
Is she not tied up? Dude, she looks pissed. I didn't think a teddy bear could look so mad.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Oh man.
Chesto!
What a dick move, Monokuma. She didn't even say anything this time.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one?
No. What is going on?
This will be my final blow!
Monomi.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Just a bit of sibling rivalry, no big deal. But look at poor Monami. She's all beat up. I just want to give her a hug. The poor innocent girl. She didn't do anything wrong, you know?
The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
What if Nagito is the traitor and he figured that out in the end?
Now that's more like it.
Thinking.
Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... I forget what Monokuma's account is. I'll probably...
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
Here, I'm gonna look at the truth bolts really quick. Monokuma panels. Monokuma's account. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake. Apparently he never revealed that to anyone. Well, it's not about that, obviously.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That doesn't make sense.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. Were the runes on Nagito really caused by torture in the first place? Gundam's X is a Seraph X. Is it really? I wasn't paying attention.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I gotta look for the Seraph F.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No, there's the other two.
If so, the suspect
Oh my gosh, it totally is. That's hilarious.
is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
Cause the fire. Let's find out Naga's cottage under the bed.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. Were the wounds really caused by torture? What? I don't... What am I supposed to say?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I think that's the thing I have to argue
So
with.
that's why he was so beat up.
This game is so much harder than the
What
first
were
one,
they trying
right?
to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
We already knew the bomb's
If
hiding.
so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
No.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture
Oh,
someone.
you can't copy blue statements, apparently. Okay, what do I shoot at tortured Nagito then?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I don't think it's this, but it's worth a shot.
Crap! The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's body...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Nope. Dude, I'll be honest right now, I'm like straight up guessing. Because I have no clue what's going on.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's...
It's because the killer tortured...
Well, yeah, why
No,
would you
that's
tape his
wrong.
mouth shut if you were trying to get him to admit you something? Like, what? That doesn't make sense.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point that I didn't think until I literally was just about to shoot it.
I'm prepared.
Oh boy. I'm so glad you're prepared, Kazuichi.
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Excuse you, sir. We're gonna go with duct tape
Like
for now.
you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk. But that was the trap.
Whoops.
They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down!
Oh, I just unplugged my keyboard.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about then after they
Whoops.
killed him.
I messed up.
Damn it!
I was over.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk. But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down!
Hey.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
They taped Nagito's mouth after getting information. True, that sounds reasonable, but that clearly contradicts the truth. If he had listened to me until the very end, I wouldn't have to go to the trouble of repeating my— Oh, there's no blood under the duct tape.
Pay attention.
How do I know there's no blood under the duct tape? Yeah, there we go.
First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location.
That's fine.
Then, after they killed him,
That's okay.
they duct taped his mouth shut.
Oh, apparently I was supposed to do it too after he killed him part.
Crap!
Pay
Which makes
attention.
a lot more
This is
sense.
how it went. First, the killer tortured Nag and got information about the bomb's location.
Actually, that makes a lot more sense.
Then, after they killed him,
That doesn't make
Allow me
sense
to
because
cut
there would
through
be
those
blood.
words.
Hey, I can actually do this. This game is so much more difficult.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
Yep.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth.
It checks out, Nagito.
He must have been
Er,
struggling to open his mouth
whoops.
under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
But
Then,
why?
are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
But they didn't destroy any evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
No.
We can't think of any other reason.
It was to make sure he's dead.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
How would they have gotten out and set up that domino effect thing? That's my other problem.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks.
Kazuichi's so ridiculous.
Okay, Miss Sonia?
He's so much on like this Sonia like train that it's beyond crazy.
Damn right it is.
Well, the reason for the wire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Well, there was a bunch of Monokuma things that tipped over and knocked a lighter into it. So is it going to be the lighter? Ah, would you be surprised? The oil lighter.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Yes.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Like the Monokuma panels?
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
No.
They probably just threw the lighter.
No.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
Yes.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Yes, that is a fact.
Some way?
Yes, the Monokuma panels.
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound wave.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
I
agree with that. Consent.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
Oh my god, Sonia, you idiot.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
Cyclone, you can't just type consent.
Kappa. Sonia's dense.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect? You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Excuse me, who doesn't know what a domino is, Akane?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Silly Kenny.
So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
That's a really good looking, really good looking picture, actually. I still don't know why there was a hole / blood into... Wait. All this time I was assuming the door was on that wall that's at the top. Not the door... Not there. I don't know why, but I just always assumed that.
And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Oh, they had music playing. The killer did one other thing, music.
I see!
So he wouldn't hear it.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared through the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listen to depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. And with those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warning and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter, clatter, clatter. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it.
I knew it. It was a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay?
Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored the protest and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
That doesn't seem like it'd be that
And
strong.
when we
though.
opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Yep. If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. They couldn't have got out.
I see!
The killer couldn't take any merch.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened.
Has my eyes always been crossouts? Like the little circle with a slash through it?
The killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
What? Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true... Oh, she's talking about Nagito himself. This murder.
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Oh man. I get to select a picture of somebody who's dead.
This is my answer.
Yes!
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
You did that last game, didn't you? Did you? So I know there was a character who committed suicide last game. It was, Ogre. But did we get to pick her while she was dead? I don't remember,
His
to
body
be
was
honest.
covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
No.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
No, it's not. The legs are not that hard.
Yeah, you're right.
No. So you have two hands, you can tie up the legs. You have one arm, you could tie up the other arm.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Lol.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. The burned rope, because he's thinking both hands were tied up, but they weren't. Burned rope, there it is.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
Both arms were not tied.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Oh my...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Was that a dirty joke? If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? Jovine lewd, right?
To actually tie up...
Gotta fix that. I need... See, the problem is I would like my bot to automatically do it, but it doesn't help because my bot doesn't have Jovine lewd. And I'm not gonna buy a sub for a bot. I wish I could just make my account automatically type in Jovine lewd if somebody else types it in. Tie up your own
That's
arms and legs.
obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is tying both arms.
You couldn't do much with... It'd be impossible if you were by...
How about if you use your teeth?
Or if you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
So I think it's the first one?
To actually tie up your own arm...
No, that's wrong.
Nailed it. Did they literally pick the word consent because it also starts with the letter C
Hold
like
on a
counter?
sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No.
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Hey, there is. The proof that the burnt rope... His right sleeve? Because it's not burnt?
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
Your stupid statement. No, that's wrong! Love it.
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Didn't get too long to fit, lol.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Sonia!
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
Akane!
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito.
Oh my god. Stop it. Akane is the ultimate gymnast, not the ultimate prostitute.
I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
One. No, it's not.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
Anybody can be a prostitute with enough monetary incentive. Nah. You still gotta look good. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
Well, first off, the rope was around his wrist, so he could still hold it with the other hand and stab his hand on top of it. But again, you could just put the knife on the ground, pick it up with your thumb, and just be like, thum, right against the ground. That's an image that most people probably don't want in their head, so just ignore that I said that.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A way to stab yourself in the hand using your right hand and only your right hand. It's okay. There's definitely an answer to this. The Monokuma plushie?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he
No.
stab his hand that way?
It would be stabbing his hand like if it was on the ground.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
He's the ultimate luck.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow
I think that's
and
it.
slammed his right hand down on it?
propped it onto what?
The plushie.
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm. How did he do it? We're gonna go with the plushie.
Even if Nagito's right hand was... How could he stab his...
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
I can do this! I can do this! I'm smart, guys!
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
We could only wish. PogChamp heart. Aww.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
Consent.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
Yes.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Yes.
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Yes, he can.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
Nah.
There is a limit to his constitution.
It's actually pretty obvious. I don't know why they haven't noticed it.
If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
We're just gonna roll on past that. Kazuichi, don't you say it!
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Get out. Get out, Kazuichi, you little perv.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Sonia, don't say it again, you idiot.
Say it one more time. I need you recorded. For reasons.
I'm about to watch over there and just be like, right in the face of Kazuichi.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Right, Fuyuhiko?
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
No.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone.
Dang, Manomi with the slapback.
If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monami sassing me.
You go, girl.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
Oh.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer. but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
That's true. Who says he can't drop it on himself?
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
Yep.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Aww. Look at that face. Look at that hand. Oh.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We have made it through several ordeals up and now just by doing that. Then even now.
All right, let's do this.
Do.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
I need to map this
When
song.
the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, it
If that's
doesn't.
the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail. I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
God damn it. Akane. Oh my god.
How did Nagito's... Let's work together. When the spear stuck, his right hand was...
He was only able to, but his left hand was...
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong.
Oh my god. Akane is killing me
Hold
right
on.
now.
It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Man, I don't want to hear anybody ever refer to anything as a front tail. Starts with Chiaki's heartwarming message and ends with a dirty joke. Teenagers, lol. You're not even wrong. Aren't you barely not a teenager, though?
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
His left arm was tied up.
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange?
I'm 22, by the way. So you're really not that far from a teenager. Got it.
He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
I'm not saying I'm any different, but my point still stands.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Going through college made me about 28 years older. I'm 50 at the moment. Kappa. Cyclone Plus. What was Nagito's left hand doing? It was closed.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
No, Kappa, I'm serious. Oh, you're silly. Oh, I know I asked, but I forgot. Are you planning on, when you get your degree, are you planning on working in Portugal, or do you think you're going to try to apply to other countries and stuff like that?
Was he grabbing his front tail?
God damn it, Akane! You can't just talk about front tails!
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild.
Hopefully I'll never leave this country. You like Portugal that much?
He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
I'm glad you're in a place that you love being so much. That's right. That's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Thinking.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
What section of the spear he was gripping onto? The cord.
I see!
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
Yep.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
Did they all forget about the girder?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear? I think I need to stand again. Give me a sec. Sorry, I gotta stay healthy so I don't hate everything. 12, 1, 2. Yeah, I do need to stand again. Doesn't matter that much. I'll just let you guys see my wonderful shirt from Fangamer. From Undertale. Love it, love it, love it.
It seems we are
Great shirt.
stuck.
It's just a one
Shall we
quick
have
minute.
tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
TPTOSTIEAAO.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Beep boop, drink water. That's what I got here. Well, actually, this is iced tea, but still.
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
But thank you. Much better than replacement for hydration bot.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... That's it. Could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those two together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was and what the state it was before it stabbed Nagito. Let me guess, logic dive? Hey, it's a good thing I grabbed some new stuff for this. Wow, I can move so much faster now. And jump straight into buildings now. What? I was so to the side of that. Where are we going? Where was the spear right before? Above Nagito? Oh, that was close. What's going on? What did I miss? Logic dive time. Oh god. What the heck? That's new. Oh my gosh. Thunk. You did actually miss exactly what Cyclone said. Byakuya was not Byakuya, which is a huge deal. I thought I could jump over that. Jovine's still a master logic diver, I see. Besides the spear, what else? Ceiling girder. Sprinkles! No, it's sprinkles! Oh, sprinklers. Dang it. I almost made that jump, actually. I wonder if you can make a 2-gap jump with the jump upgrade. For those of you who did not know, I did buy a bunch of upgrades for logic diving. And a lot of penis jokes. You're not even wrong. There were so many penis jokes. It just wouldn't stop. Can I jump around this one? That's amazing. I've made a mistake. Not heartbroken about that, to be honest. I don't blame you. Question 3. What item can expose the spear? The rope? The cord? The cord. It's the cord. I'm so good at this game. Why? Wait, so my guess was right? Or yours, Jovine? Or do we know yet? Technically we don't know yet, but it is definitely looking like my guess was the correct one.
It's all coming together. The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Chest trim. Yeah, I had to show off my shirt, man. Sorry, I'm just now reading all that because Logic Dive is a pain, and I shouldn't have tried to keep reading chat, even though I did anyways.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
Oh my god.
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Thank you for that animation game. I would have never figured it out otherwise.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Yep.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body, that was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Oh, you did miss the best thing ever, which was the amount of sass that Usami gave to Monokuma. It was the best thing ever. Like, she was like, "You shut up, boy." And I was like, "Oh, Usami's the best." It was so good. Usami sass is the best sass.
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
Thank you for this picture. I definitely needed that to understand
He was
exactly what
probably
we were talking
trying
about.
to get us to make a mistake.
I like how apathetic he looked in that picture. You know you're not even wrong. That's the
By
depressing
committing a
thought.
suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez. And I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. How dumb of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatened us even after he died. That's the form of malice he took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
Yep.
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
Yep.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion.
Although to me, see, this is the one time where I'm not just seeing the good in a person who's a cute girl. I do think that he was kind of hoping that it wasn't him trying to ruin everybody. It was that either they don't deserve to live or they figure it all out and they work together. And that's the hope. At least to me. Everyone is so mean to Nagito TT, right? I understand. I'm hoping that it's more along the lines of, no, he did this to try to bring hope to this group. Try to get them through it all. Try to make them understand things. I'm trying to see the best in this situation.
The bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
It's not like Nagito's been the nicest. You know, you're not wrong.
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
But this way we get to see their hope shine through. Kappa. Savage.
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
Thinking.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hold on. Why?
This isn't good.
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
This is what I was worried about. I don't know what we've overlooked, but I don't want it to be...
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide.
Trial's not over yet, Kappa.
I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
You guys are scaring me.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death. And it's something he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? And here I thought we were finally finished.
Piece of evidence he couldn't mess with. I don't know.
Crap! Crap!
What is she worried about?
Crap!
I don't know what she's worried about!
Crap!
Oh god, no! Why? Oh, okay, we'll start from the top. Monokuma file, torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, blood on left hand. Crap! Duct tape, spear of Gungnir, Monokuma plushie, blood on girder, Monokuma panels, oil lighter, MP3 player, Sonia's account, Monokuma's account, Monomi's notebook, gas mask and gloves, piece of blue paper, Monokuma's special potion, and Hope's Peak Academy file. Have you tried the notebook? No, I haven't. Have we used the Monokuma panels? Yes. That doesn't mean it can't be this, but I doubt it, because it all adds up. We're gonna do with Monomi's notebook.
Crap!
Well, nope. Oh, do I still have health? Oh my god. We already talked about that and it makes sense. Talked about that and it makes sense. The music? We haven't used Sonia's account or Monokuma's account. I don't... What's the Monokuma plushie one? Oh, that's how he stabbed his hand. He cut a hole in the Monokuma, put the knife in it, and stabbed his hand against it. Because he's just the gutsiest man alive. Is it Monokuma's account since Nagito knew the bombs were fake?
Crap!
Nope. I don't know what it is. Well. That still doesn't make sense why they would vote me anyways. What do the bombs being fake have to do with his death, though? I don't know.
We will never give up!
I was doing so well this class trial. Like, the first one I had a problem with. But everything else I'm pretty sure I got almost perfectly. We're just gonna go with the MP3 player, because I think it's weird that it was playing the music.
Crap!
Nope. Sonia knowing that the bombs were fake?
Crap!
I guess. So we'll just keep going down.
Crap!
This is awkward.
Crap! I see.
Why is it the file?
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Randomly guessing is tilting me. I'm sorry.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
That it was noon sharp? The victim is Nagito Komeeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only there's a spear stabbed in his stomach, there were multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. I'm failing to see the problem here. Hey, it's raining! Oh my god, it's raining! Okay, so you guys probably don't know this, but there's a bunch of really bad fires that have been going on in Colorado. And we've just been having so much heat and so little rain. So for me to see this rain right now is just the best thing ever. It's so good for Colorado for it to be raining right now, and I'm really excited about that. Randomness over. What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? The 12 sharp? Logic dive? Hangman's Gambit. No! Why? Oh wait, I didn't know Ace could just get absorbed. Oh? So it's not an A or an O. Not an E. I'm dead. This Hangman's Gambit is insane. What does Colorado do other than catch on fire? You're not wrong, but get wrecked. This Hangman's Gambit is insane. But also, I don't know what I'm supposed to be spelling. Forest fires. Number of fire. Holy smokes. Hey, Cyclone, you know exactly what it's like to be here. Jeez, that is brutal, man. I'm sorry. But I do 100% understand that feel. Hail in the middle of July is my understanding of what Colorado does. You're not wrong about that either.
This is my...
No, I'm...
We will never give up!
Kappa. Something of something. Something that starts with a C of something? So it's not time. I know it's not an A. Or is A the only one we didn't get to try yet? No, I need my A. I need that. Oh, come on, get bent. Did we get to try E yet? There's so many letters. What do I do here? Oh my, what is this? Can I slow? I can slow time down. Oh wait, what? I can't do this. Oh my god, stop. There's so much. Just stop. Ah! Cause of death? Oh, cause of death. That does make sense. Sorry, this game alone is like killing me though. Like, holy smokes.
We will never give up.
This is the most intense game of Hangman's Gambit ever. But cause of death makes sense. They didn't tell us a specific one, mostly because I think it's a lot of them. Also, because I think it was poison, and that would be even more confusing. So first things first, let's get that C and let's clean up everything. Oops. It's definitely cause of death. You guys were 100% correct. I just need an A. There's my H. T. Oh my gosh.
I got it!
Y'all saving me here. I don't know the word Kappa. Cyclone Plus. Thank you, Cyclone.
In this case is Monokuma file. There's no specific cause of death.
Bad Cyclone. Lol. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, multiple stab wounds. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his arm and a knife impaled in his right hand. Still no cause of death.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
And I think it's because he had to do all of those just to die. Because he was the ultimate lucky student. He could always get lucked out and be like, oh, well, you didn't die from bleeding out. You got lucky. You didn't die from a spear going through your stomach. You luckily missed all your organs.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Is it, though?
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Cyclone OP. Not even wrong.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
See, Cyclone's so good at video games, it's not just Taz. Just gonna have to ban him.
Monokuma,
Kappa.
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
Dang!
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case...
I am really good at video games, lol. Yeah, she isn't tied up this time. Yeah, right? It's actually, I noticed at the start, I was like, yes, finally.
The thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
Like the poison?
Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide. But it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad
Wait,
sense?
what?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations. And that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Oh, his X is dripping. I didn't notice that earlier.
Huh?
Oh, by the way, you guys missed it. We also discovered that that the X for Gundam is a serif S. Yeah, all of the X's are different. Well, not all of them.
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I
No.
think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied. Even if it's just to be safe.
Lol.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
What? That is not a disappointed smile there, friend.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Aww.
Aww.
Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now.
She has such a cute voice. I love it so much.
That's right. If all your hopes are united, No despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. Huh. Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. See, there's Gundams. It looks super awesome. And then this situation we're in might be the thing Nagito wanted all along. Usami Angel Thump, right? No. Never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Intermission. Which... Hey. Leads for a good time for my intermission. We shall be right back.